What's good, everyone? I hope you're doing good. Today I'm going to walk you through my full leg workout I did yesterday for size and strength. I did a little bit of both, best of both worlds, because strength helps with size and size helps with strength. So I'm going to walk you through that. And I did fail a set, so be on the lookout for that. I did fail a set and it was not pretty. But before we start, I want to say I post my solo porn on OnlyFans. If you want the link to my OnlyFans, go click the link to my Instagram in the description box below, and the link to my OnlyFans is on my Instagram. Some of the best solo porn out there. Go check it out if you want to, if you're into that. Without further ado, let's check out what I did that session and walk you through it. And maybe you can learn from this. Maybe you can get some inspiration. Let's get this shit. So starting off with this warm-up, I did more warm-ups than that. I always start with the empty barbell. I just decided to not film completely everything, but just doing some warm-up, going deep in a full ass to grass position here and pausing to just let my hips open, feel out the muscles, feel out the range of motion, feel out how I'm basically feeling for my mobility. And now 285. There we go, we start touch and go reps now. And I just try to really focus up on having a really good technique every single time, having good range of motion, full range of motion. It's an ego thing, I think, for me to do that, but it's a good thing as well, because having good range of motion and having that good habit is super important, I feel like, to really get better results and gains and improve the squat pattern. That's why I always go ass to grass and always try to do my best to keep it tight, keep it efficient for the technique. Now 410 here, 425 here, and after this set I'm like, damn, okay, that felt pretty fucking light. Let's do it again for a double. And look at this here. Oh yeah, that was easy. I'm like, yeah, that was easy. Let's go for another one. That's gonna be easy. And I lost my foot balance. All the weight went in front of my heel, or in front of my foot, made my fucking chest tilt forward, lost all my torque, and there's just no way I'm gonna grind through that shit form. I'm just gonna let it go, back off the sets like I did here. I backed off and rebuild the technique, rebuild volume, basically, so I can get back to that weight in a couple weeks and just smash it and have 2 to 3 reps easily, because I know I can do it. It's just my ankle stability, especially on my right side, is not the best, so I need to do a little bit more work on that to improve it. But it's all part of the process, you know. Failing is part of the process sometimes. As long as you don't quit, it's all good, you know. You got to learn from the mistakes you do and just don't quit. Learn from that and work back to getting back stronger and having a better technique. You know, it's all part of the game. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes it's part of the game. But yeah, here I was starting to get fatigued a little bit. When I do get fatigued, especially my back sometimes tend to get fatigued. So I can't keep my tightness as much, and so my chest tilts a little bit forward, but I do try to make every single rep look the same and feel the same for me. But sometimes you just get tired and it happens, you know. But as long as the form is mostly similar and just the speed changes, as long as you're just slower on the way up or some shit and the form stays the same, I feel like it's not a big deal, you know. Just keep the form tight. The only thing that should really change is, like I said, the speed. Just slower reps. It's normal. You're fatigued. You're lower energy. Legs are tired. Back is tired. It's all good. Just keep pushing and shoving and do the volume. Do what you gotta do, and your body will adapt. Because your body doesn't give a shit how tired you are. It just gives a shit about the volume you did and how you did that volume. How much range of motion, how much total volume you did. And our body adapts to that, you know. So pushing through the mental barrier sometimes is important. And with the leg press right here, I really try to go a little bit slower on the way down to focus on slower eccentrics and burn up more muscle fibers. And then here did a drop set because it was heavy, man. Like that 8th rep, it was heavy. My legs are tired, getting out of breath. I'm like, okay, just drop it, you know, and keep doing more reps until my legs are burned out, basically. And now it's sorry about that, the video completely froze, but let's get back to the lunges here. So working on this a whole lot, and I looking back at this footage, I noticed a couple of things I could do a lot better. For example, my range of motion could be better. I could go a little bit lower. If you see my right side for the video, my knee is about this off the floor. It could have been a little bit closer to the floor to increase the range of motion a little bit more. It's not much, but it does make a fucking difference. All the little micro details do make a difference at the end of the day. It does. And on the other side right now, this was even worse. My range of motion is even worse. If you look at my left side now, there's like that much left off the ground. So it's completely different from the other side. And less range of motion burns less muscle fibers. And it's basically cutting corners. And I'm like, damn, I didn't really feel like I was doing that when doing this. But now that I'm looking at the footage, I'm like, damn. And at the end, I was getting tired and I rushed the reps. I cut even more depth. And that's why I like looking back at the footage to analyze and see what I could do a little bit better. And that's why I think it's important. I recommend you film yourself, especially the lifts you want to get better at. But by the way, look at my calves. Damn, they're coming along. My calves are coming along. I've always had pretty skinny calves, but working hard on them. I'm just not working frequently enough these days on them. Maybe once a week, twice a week sometimes. I need to bump that up to 3 times a week. And if I could do that, it would be so much better. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Comment down below, and I'll see you later. Peace.